Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Act Reacher. And look, man, we coming with another worst list. To keep it real with you, this wasn't really inspired by anything. This is something I just thought of. The last week there was inspiration behind that. This week, not so much inspiration. This week I thought about it. I was playing a video game. I said, you know what? Since we on the topic of worst lists, let's talk about worst video games. And there's been a lot of let me salute my people in the chat. Man, see, I would say my two number one subs is Derek Gaines and Pooh Man, but Pooh Man but Derek Gaines is actually, rocking out with me. So he said, Act Wayne, Derek Gaines, I'll be there. Ninja watching. Michael Ray, he said Indiana Jones, Ninja Turtles were the two worst games I ever played. Both of the OG Nintendos. Okay. Salute. Salute to Eric Jordan, been showing me love. Salute to D-Man. D-Man, you a gamer, so I don't want you going nowhere. I don't want you going nowhere. If you a true gamer, you staying on this live for the whole. He on the game more than he the reason why I stay on the game. D-Man Jr. So much love and salute to D-Man Jr. I know he probably gonna have a lot to say on this topic. Let me introduce my good brother, Derek Gaines. Derek Gaines in the house, y'all.
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Oh man, I'm great, man. I appreciate you, man. You know what I mean? You really been holding it down, man. So
Oh man, no
yeah,
problem, man.
I can't say nothing bad about you, man. Like you started off being in the chat, and now you rocking out with me on the panel. You damn near a co-host. Damn near. I don't
Oh
want you.
man,
I don't want to say that to Mac. Mac might mess around and choke slam me. So,
oh man, I enjoy it, man. I enjoy it. I had to think about this because
it
I
was
played
hard.
it.
It was hard for me too. Don't feel bad.
Oh yeah,
This
I had.
was like the last list that we did with the worst comic movie. The worst comic movies actually was easy. This
Yeah,
one, thinking about the worst video games that I played in my entire life, that it
yeah,
was hard. Salute to Reef the Watcher, man. My New York brother. Shout out to Jersey.
yeah. Look, doing the research on the games that I picked, I remember that, man. I just remember being disappointed. Like this game has nothing. It's just bad. It's just bad.
It's games worth the honorable mention that I didn't even bring up. But
Hmm.
maybe because Stay Ready ain't on, we might be able to do that. So let's start it off, brother. Let's get into it, man. What you want
Okay.
me to pull up first?
Let's do Shaq Fu.
Oh my god. And you know what? I actually was gonna have a mixtape called Act Fool. But go
Hmm.
go ahead.
This game, yeah, um, this game is it was put out by EA Sports. Especially back then, EA was Electronic Arts, and they did a lot. They did different games back then, but this is this has this game has nothing to do with basketball. This is when Shaq was still with the Orlando Magic, and right after, somewhere in between, he did Blue Chips, um, Shazam, and Steel. But this
Were
game was
those
horrible,
movies?
man.
Were those movies?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They
Okay.
had
I remember them.
yeah, he did three movies back then, and when he went out to LA, I don't think he played in any other movies before he went out there. You know, he had a rap album out. I
Yeah, I
think,
heard he was the only basketball player to go platinum.
yeah, he was pretty good. Some of the songs were pretty good, but this is a fighting game, slash role playing game, for the Super Nintendo, NES. You go searching through the whole game for a bad guy, and for each part of the game you go to, you gotta fight somebody. It has nothing to do with basketball. It was back in the time where fighting games, especially back then, were popular with Mortal Kombat and wrestling games. The uh, the graphics were at the time were good. Were good. The graphics at the time was good. Um, this game, I don't know why he did this. Uh, is I don't know why. I don't know why. It is one of the worst games I ever played. Um, Magic and Bird, and the other game. Well, they had Bird versus Jordan basketball game. They had uh, what is it called, Hot Shots back then. Um, he does a fighting game. It oh man, this game is horrible. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. I mean, unless you just got like 2 hours to waste, you could finish this game in 2 hours. It's just, I was surprised. I had to look it up. I was surprised that he didn't throw basketballs at people. And it was based upon some, I think it was called, it sounded like saying Shaquille O'Neal and Jiu Jitsu at the same time. And it's a fighting game. That's all it is. The best way I could describe this is as um, Pokemon, but instead of fighting with Pokemon in the games, you fight people. That's the best way to describe this.
I actually researched a lot of the games that you and Mac brought up, and I'm gonna be honest, this game it was trash. I completely agree. Salute to my sis Tay Tay. Um, she saluted Derek Gaines. He D Man Jr. said that was one of the worst games ever. Tay Tay said that was the worst crap ever. Hey, Michael Ray the second said, "No way I would ever play Shaq Fu.
Yeah.
Play Act Fu. Would you Act Fu? See, look, this I completely agree with what Derek Gaines just said. About around the time where fighting games was popular, so I understand why they did what they did. But at the same time, was it a success? No. This was dumpster juice for real. Um, Tay Tay says bat food. Don't hate Tay, because Batman actually know kung fu and jujitsu and Muay Thai and pressure points. Do I gotta keep going, Derek Gaines? Do I gotta keep going?
No,
Oh,
no,
about
no.
skills.
We
Oh,
we can we can talk about Superman anytime,
nah, nah, don't go there. Don't.
anytime. I think I'll save it for later. I'll save it.
You heard him, Tay Tay. You heard him. You heard
I'll
him. He
save it.
coming for you. He coming for you. He said it came out same time as Double Dragon came out.
Yeah, I remember Double Dragon. And
Eric Jordan said Shaq Fu would have been a good game, but the biggest problem with the game is the button input didn't work most of the time.
yeah, I think Nintendo had a and B button and a directional pad.
He D Man said it was a successful flop. He said Derek Gaines, be quiet, laugh out loud. You and Tay Tay always gonna get into it.
um,
And she laughed. She said, "Oh please."
you know what? You know what make Batman cool? It was he always had the coolest cars. He even said it in the movie. It's the car. The chicks dig the car.
He did.
He always had Superman just flew around. He was just flying. Batman show up like, yo, it's Batman. Superman is boring,
Talk to
but I
him.
say that for later.
Talk to him.
They
Uh,
had the they had the they had to kill him to make him interesting again. Check that one out, Tay Tay.
she said, "Cause his punk ass can't fly." Hater, laugh out loud. Tay Tay, stop. You waited all this time just to be on here to try to bash Batman, but it ain't gonna work.
You
Let me
know,
yeah,
yeah, Batman didn't fly, but he was just cool. He was
talk
it, he was just cool.
talk to him, Derek Gaines.
I don't
Hey,
never see no kid. I don't care if I'm in the hood or the suburbs on Halloween go out dressed up as Superman. I just
yeah,
don't
I
see it.
barely ever see that. I'll
I
see
see
like one or two. It's not as many as the Batman. It don't
nah,
matter
it's
if
never
they're
as
black,
many as the Batman.
Asian. It don't matter what color they are. You see a ton of Batman people.
Ton of Batman. Batman is just he's just cool. Superman is boring. Sorry, he's boring. You could equate Superman to Mike Tyson. You know, he has been defeated. But Batman, yeah, yeah, he has a plan for everything.
Yes, sir. You ain't lying.
Batman has a contingency plan.
Always.
Superman is like them old fighting games, this two button punching like punch kick, punch kick. That's Superman. Batman is like it's dysfunctional. No matter what situation he in, he gonna come out of it. Superman goes, he just flies around. He's boring. Superman's boring.
We look. We gonna touch more on Superman in a little bit.
Yes,
Let me
sir.
go. Let me go to my list. Let me see what I want to pull up. Def Jam Vendetta. Man, I didn't like this game. At least the first one. I like the different rap characters that you can use. I like using Method Man. I like to using Fat Joe. I like to using Joe Buttons and all of them. But as far as the storyline and everything, it, this game was trash. Like when I tell you trash, like I was a kid and it didn't grab my attention span for very long. It didn't at all. Um,
Hmm.
I like the idea of rappers being able to fight each other and stuff like that. And then it was mostly rappers that was in the Def Jam circle.
Hmm.
That's what made it worse. I thought maybe they should have did some PBC top rank type stuff and try to incorporate everybody in it so that it could be a more enjoyable game. I didn't like to be limited to playing with just certain characters.
Hmm.
So that was my biggest takeaway from this video game, personally. I think I had it on a PlayStation 2. It might have been, I believe it was PlayStation 2. I had it on. And it just wasn't very enjoyable for me. Um, he said, Tay Tay said, a plan to get jacked up. I guess you talking about Batman. Bunch of haters, laugh out loud. Eric Jordan said the third Def Jam Vendetta, I guess he meant sucked as well. He said the storyline was booty water. He said that game sucked. He said Wu Tang had a fighting game too. And he said also the third Def Jam Vendetta destroyed the whole Def Jam Vendetta series. Eric Jordan said, "Yeah, it was bad, man. Like I don't remember anything good. Derek Gaines, you got anything to say about Def Jam?
I remember playing it because of the music. I think
Yeah, the music wasn't bad. You
yeah, I
right
think this
about
game came out around the time of New York Undercover, and so that's all I remember about this game. It was a fighting game. It had a cool soundtrack, and other than that, I don't really remember playing this game. I remember playing it, but not like getting into it. You said I think you said this was on the PS2. I played more Madden back then than anything.
that. Okay,
Uh, uh, Back then, Madden and uh, Final Fantasy series. I played that back then, but I remember playing this game, and that's crazy because I remember playing the first video game and it actually what it was and everything. I don't really remember anything but the soundtrack.
that's crazy. That's how you know it was.
Yeah, that's how I remember. I think back then you used to go to back then you used to go to the store called Media Play and purchase soundtracks from the video games like uh uh what is it, Grand Theft Auto, this game. They had soundtracks um, of the video games back then. Oh man, I'm old. You could go to the store and purchase CDs of soundtracks to video games back then. That's all I remember about this game is the soundtrack.
And to be real with you, that's kind of crazy because I would have never even thought that's all you could do.
Yeah, yeah. It was different time, man. Different time.
Um, he said, he said, y'all better have Ready to Rumble on there too. That issue was horrible. Ready to Rumble was not bad. I would have beat your ass with Michael Jackson.
I didn't play Ready to Rumble. I don't
What?
remember that game. I remember the title, but I don't remember playing that game. I don't.
You don't remember Afro Thunder and
No,
I
no.
was a kid.
I
I
remember
Chris Rock
play,
played the voice.
yeah, I don't remember it. I remember the title. Um Depending on the decade, if this came out like Ready to Rumble came out in the 90s,
I think it was
I
late
was,
90s. I think it was late.
yeah, I was playing Final Fantasy and Madden. That's what I played. And Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid. I played that from the first PlayStation on to the 4. Um it was that was a good game. That's a good series.
Actually, Reef, I think I had it for Dreamcast. I think I had it for Dreamcast too as a kid. Now that
I
Reef,
had a Dreamcast. I think it was the first online gaming console. And I would play I played Madden on Dreamcast. I had 3 games for Dreamcast before they stopped making them.
start making the games.
Well, from what I understand, they lost money not charging people to play online, and they just concentrated on creating software like Sonic. But that was a long time ago. I may be wrong, but I do remember playing Madden on Dreamcast online.
Okay. Um, yeah, man. But Ready to Rumble, man. I definitely remember that. I got good memories of that. Me and my friends at the crib, they would come over. I don't think I had 2 joysticks. They would bring their joysticks over, and we would play. Um, my best friend Jermaine, my Jamaican homeboy, he definitely was one of the ones that will play that game with me. He said, Ready to Rumble is a good game. Afro Thunder was my ninja. Eric Jordan said. D-Man said, no, sorry, Michael Ray before him said, I hated Ready to Rumble. Uh, D-Man said, man, Ready to Rumble was dookie. He said, I had Ready to Rumble for Dreamcast, Reef the Watcher. He said, Michael Ray said it was the first PlayStation, I think. And D-Man said, I would have beat the socks off you. I had it for PS. That was a lie. Hold on.
The lie
On
detector
Def Jam,
determined that was a lie.
Sorry, I had to play
on
that.
I'm surprised they didn't have Cool J and or Public Enemy in Def Jam Vendetta. Uh, they were signed to Def Jam,
Mm.
so I wonder why they didn't have them in the video
I'm
game.
surprised. That's a good point. I would have loved to play with.
Yeah,
You
having
said we'll never know because I'll never play it again. I hear that.
yeah.
I can't disagree with you on that. And but
That
as
was
far as
also Run DMC was with Def Jam.
yes, it was. We should have been able to play with Russ and
Mm,
Rev.
yeah, it would have been nice. It would have been nice. Maybe they had licensing issues. I don't know. You know, it would have been
I
nice
remember
though.
I would use DMX a lot too. I remember I used DMX a lot. All right, what you want next, man? What you want me to pull up?
Let's go right down the list. Mayor's civilization.
Okay. I actually never played this. So you gotta explain this to me.
Um,
Is that
it's a
supposed to be a
turn-based game. It's a turn-based game. You take a ancient civilization and you just build them up. So you could be ancient Greece, ancient Rome, um, British Empire, and you build it up. You build them up. You take them through levels of development and culture. It's like playing Sims. If you never played Sims or ever played Sims, it's exactly like it. The game's boring. You only get so many turns per like easy, hard, or you know. So you only get limited turns from 300 to 1,500. The graphics are okay for that time. It's just boring, and that's coming from somebody who's into history. It's just boring. I mean, you could go play. You could go fight other nations and take their resources. It's just boring. There are like 7 different versions of this game, and the first version I didn't like. It was boring, so I didn't play anymore. Um, the first version started at like 4,000 BC and it ended in 2020 AD. That was that version I played. It's a turn-based thing. It's not really a soundtrack to it. It's just boring. I tried to play it all the way through. I got to the point where I had a nuclear science division. So I just decided to build nuclear weapons and then blew people up. And then as soon as I launched the nuclear weapon, the game was done. Wasn't nothing else I could achieve in the game. It's just boring, boring. And if you're into history and if you're into like the time periods like that, and you want to see how far you could take a culture from ancient times to modern, then that's the game for you. But it's boring. It's like playing chess on the computer. One thing about playing chess when you playing them in person is the dialogue, the conversation. You play over the board. You say over the board. The game boring. It's just boring. It is. It's boring. But apparently, it has done enough to get 7 different versions of it. It's so if you want to be Napoleon or Caesar or somebody from Greece, then yeah, you play that. But is this game came out.
That's
Um,
Cleopatra.
yeah, you could be Egypt. Each one represents a different nation. So the guy in the middle,
Napoleon.
that's the guy from Napoleon. That's Cleopatra. The guy to the far left, that's supposed to be Julius Caesar. The Genghis Khan represents Asia. The guy to the far right, he might be either Europe or Spain, England or Spain. So yeah, other than that, it's all right if you into that. But to me, it was boring, and I never played it again after this version.
Wow. I actually never heard of it, but you
Hmm.
just saying what you said, I probably would never play it. I think I researched a little bit of it, but it still wasn't enough. It's one of those games you have to play. I feel like to know
Yeah,
anything about, but I understand the concept of you being different people in history. Um, D never heard of it. Um, Reef the Watcher said seen it, but thankfully never played it. Eric Jordan said I agree. Civilization was a boring. I guess he's saying S. I when I went to sleep on this game in the first 5 minutes. Eric Jordan said.
yeah, it's boring. It was, and I played it and tried to make it fun for me, because I like history. But yeah, it was just boring. No replay value, no nothing. Just boring.
Wow. And I seen they actually have more games when I researched
Yeah,
this.
yeah. They're supposed to have a new one coming out next year on the PS5. Um, I haven't played it since this version, and
This
I'm
is
good.
PS3 we talking
I
about.
know. I see. Yeah, I haven't played it. I haven't played it, and I didn't had the PS4. Um, I'm not ready to put down $500 for a PS5, so I'm good with what I got.
I hear you. D-Man said he'd rather play Battleship.
And it's funny, I played that too.
D-Man crazy. Don't listen to D-Man. D-Man crazy. Um, let's see. Let me go to my list. I'm gonna go to Doom VR. Nasty work, disgusting work, y'all. Now, I actually like the regular Doom game better than this. Fighting aliens, you killing them and stuff like that. Um, the VR game, it was pretty much the same thing as the regular version, but I actually think the regular version was a little bit better because this game maybe lasted me a good 2 minutes. It's kind of similar to the Batman Beyond, Batman Arkham Asylum. I guess because it's a VR game and it takes a lot of money to make and all the graphics and the designs and things like that. I think that's why you get through the game very quickly. You get what I'm saying, Derek Games?
Yeah, I didn't know they made a VR. I knew they made Doom 64, and I actually had that on my list, but I took it off. Um, when I played Doom 64, I didn't even play it. I opened it up, I put it on, and then this had this pentagon, the 5 pointed star, and then it just started bleeding out. After that, I just took it off. I didn't even play it. I just took it out. I had to look up Doom to see what it was again. It's a shooter, and the Doom that I read about, Doom 64, um, you go and kill aliens and stuff like that. And um, I other than that, I didn't know they made a Doom VR. I remember, was it GameCube or somebody tried to do VR games. I don't think it was very successful, um, but apparently the technology is more advanced now, and they got them VR games now.
Yeah, man. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna doodle on the graphics,
Hmm.
but I just felt like the overall game and the storyline wasn't very good.
Now, wasn't this based upon like some horror type of stuff?
It was like a horror alien
Yeah,
type.
yeah, yeah. That was probably because Resident Evil was out.
Yes. And the Resident Evil game, I actually liked that one. I didn't get it. I had the demo. And
Hmm.
I remember that game. I put the VR on my mom's head, and she went crazy. She couldn't believe, and she got so scared because you could turn left, you could turn right, you could even turn around with the
Hmm.
VR, and there would be something behind you. And I remember it scared the living daylights at her.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I
I
wasn't in,
yeah.
I wasn't into the horror stuff like I am now. Um, I wouldn't have played it if it was like you said, horror type of stuff. I wouldn't have played it. I didn't play Resident Evil until it came on the PS4. And from what I understand, I think they had it for PS2. The first one was on PS2. I don't know. I gotta look that up now. But I didn't play games like Doom back then. I was I was a scaredy cat. Yeah, I didn't play that.
Nothing wrong with that. To me, I just wasn't the uh biggest fan of the franchise. Um,
Hmm.
he said, uh, he said, trust it's still the same boring ass game. He said,
I
he said, well, what hell kind of game is this? He said, what the hell kind of game is this? I'm sorry. And then Pooh Man salute. He indulged it. He said it was supposed to be like Resident Evil. Pumi said everyone. He salute. He said Eric Jordan said I never played Doom VR. And then he said Reef the Watcher said PS1 1996 when Resident Evil was released. Groundbreaking game and the story. I am a fan of the series. I like Resident Evil. Like I said, that when I played the little demo when they had it for the VR, I had the VR for the PS4. I still
Yeah,
got it. Actually.
yeah.
So
I
don't
didn't.
I don't got it. I bought the VR because like around that time a few years back before the pandemic hit, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to see what was going on. And I had the money. I had the extra money at the time. So I bought it. There was a lot of games that I liked, and then there was some games I didn't like. This was one of the games I didn't like.
Hmm.
I think I played it like once and I didn't like the story. And I played it all day to try to give it a chance. I probably got really far because VR games don't last that long, y'all. Like, all right, for instance, let me give you an example before I move on. Batman Arkham Asylum.
Hmm.
Batman Arkham Asylum, it took you a while to beat. Play Batman Arkham Asylum the VR. You'll beat it like that if you know what you're doing. Like literally like that. It's not a long game. But what will make you want to keep replaying it is the things that you're able to do in the game. Like you could throw the batarang with the little stick controller thingy that
Hmm.
you got. And yeah, it's just like different things that'll make you want to continue playing it. And that storyline was actually really good. The Batman VR. Yeah, Tay Tay. The Batman VR storyline was actually good. We don't got a Superman storyline, unfortunately, for y'all Superman people out there. But that's all I really got on that. Let's get to the next one.
All right. Let's see. E.T.
That looked bad, but go ahead. I never played this, never knew about it. Thank you for telling me about that. We appreciate you games and what you do. Go ahead.
Brother, this is rated the worst game ever. And I personally played this game. It came out on the heels of the movie. The movie is great, but the game it was rushed to market. Um, the game was
It's hard.
horrible. The
It's hard.
graphics were horrible. The sound was horrible, and I had to go back and look and see what was happening when this game came out. Um, when this game came out, ColecoVision and Television uh, and Nintendo were on the horizon, and Atari had competition, and they looked and probably rushed this game to market to make money. This game and Pac-Man are the worst games rated, especially on this system, Atari 2600. When Atari first came out, it was just Atari, and then they put the 2600 on there, but it was the same game, just a better name. Um, this game was horrible. Poor graphics, poor sound. Um, like I said, they brushed it out on the heels of the movie. From I'm This game was featured on Netflix when the games that made us or something like that.
Oh wow.
Um, it killed Atari. They lost money on this to the point where, from what I understand, this is a simple Google search. There are over 700,000 cartridges in a landfill in New Mexico, uh, that Atari just threw there. Um, this game officially killed Atari. They didn't really recover, and then you had, like I said, you had Sony coming out with theirs. You had Nintendo. You had um, Sega. Sega was out back then. They were coming out. You had all these other games coming out, gaming systems coming out, and you put this crap out. You know, ET Pong looked better than this video game. And you remember Pong was just the blip going back and forth, and it's
How
horrible.
Pong
It's
better than
it's
this?
the worst game. It's
How did
the
Pong
worst game
better than
ever.
this?
How is Pong better than this? Um, it was fun. Pong was fun. Uh, moving the things up and down. With this, man, it's hard. The thing didn't even look like ET in the game. I mean, again, you know, you got to work with the graphics of the time, but it was bad, man. It was bad. It was bad. They should have never made this game. They should have never made it. That's how bad this game was. When allegedly there's a landfill in New Mexico with thousands of these. They couldn't sell them. They couldn't give them away, so they threw them in a landfill.
Are you serious?
Yeah, simple Google search.
That's
Look it up. What happened to ET, the video game? And just scroll down and it say worst game ever. Underneath that, it'll tell you where they are in a landfill in New Mexico.
that don't make no sense.
Yeah, it was a disaster. It was a disaster, like for Atari. And you know, Atari was big back then. They had all. It was really the only gaming system out. And you had asteroids, and you know, asteroids was simple on the Atari, but this game, it destroyed it. It destroyed it. People remember the movie, but they'll never talk about the game. That's how bad it is.
I believe. Um,
That's how bad it is.
D Man said I played Resident Evil. Also, I hate scary games. He said, yeah, beat Batman in 1 hour. He said that game was hard and boring. D Man. Michael Ray said Batman Arkham Asylum was dope, especially when they finally let you drive the Batmobile. Talk to him, Michael Ray. Talk to him. He said, hell, it came out in the 80s. He talked about, I guess, E.T. Pooh Man said Atari was before my time. Reef said, I had this. The game was frustrating and difficult to understand. Pooh Man said Sega Genesis is the start of my era. Reef said the video game crashed and ET did irreversible damage to Atari. Atari was sold a few years afterwards. Hey, Pong was the first video game ever. Eric Jordan said, facts, ET was once the greatest disaster game of all time. Michael Ray said there was a college basketball game where the black players looked like James Brown. I can't remember the name. He
I
said,
don't remember
Terry
that.
Jordan said, New Mexico landfill uh, uh, dig rigged them back up for collectors and had a big auction. Oh, so I don't know if that's a fact, but he said he dig rigged them back up, and then they had a auction for those. Maybe just because of the name and because of how good the movie was.
That's the only way they'll make money. Atari will make money if they dig them up and auction them off, just so people can say they have it. They might not be able to play it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Especially what that. When would you say them games came?
Uh when did ET come out? 82. So in the 80s.
Like that ain't it. It's not like it's 1992 three.
Yeah, Atari they dropped the ball on that. They dropped the ball on that.
Yes, sir. Okay, let me go to mine, man.
All
Let's
right.
go to mine. Are we on three? Man, 50 Cent Bulletproof.
They had a
Yeah,
video
yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah. We actually had a rapper that had his own video game. Let's talk about it. I love this game as a kid. I love this game, but I hated it at the same time because I remember thinking in my mind, what's the inward goal? And you had to rescue Tony Ayo. It was terrible, man. This was a bad game. It was good for G Unit at the time in the soundtrack. That actually, Derek Gaines, if you follow me, I thought that was
Hmm.
very intelligent of 50 to play all of the album songs on this game. That I thought in my mind, I said this might have been it, even though the game sucked. The like you talked about how you was able to buy the soundtrack back in the
Hmm.
day. I
Yeah.
thought that was intelligent. That was very intelligent of 50 Cent. I don't care what anybody says. That is an intelligent scheme. Okay, let
Yeah.
me have my
Especially
video. Yeah, go ahead.
especially my bad, brother. Especially around, when Grand Theft Auto came out, and they would play music on the in-game radio, and you used to be able to go buy the soundtracks, man. I remember going to the store and getting the soundtracks. Of course, not all the songs were on there, but the popular songs were on the soundtrack. Different time, man. I didn't know he made a video game. This is actually
Oh
the
well,
first time I've seen this.
see me, I had no choice because I got family where he from. You know what I
Right?
mean? Southside Jamaica, Queens. So I had to know about it. Like my cousins, see, even though I'm a Harlem dude, my cousins that I rolled with was from Queens. That I like my first cousins. My cousin Alan,
Hmm.
my cousin Mook, well, my cousin Bug, let me say his nickname, let me not call him by his real name. My cousin Bug, my cousin Mook, and my cousin E. It was always all four of us together. and they made. I was the only oddball. I was the only one from Harlem. They was from Southside Jamaica, Queens, and they were real big when it came to 50. 50 used to always come by and things like that because
Hmm.
50's from God Brewer 134th and I got my cousin E, he's from God Brewer, and it was always like a big deal, what I mean, when it came to 50. So when this game came out, I bought it. They actually didn't even buy it. And I'm not even the one from Queens. They bought it. They didn't buy it. I bought it. And they would come over to my house just to play the game.
Wow, I used to do that.
And that ain't no quick ride, Queens to Harlem. It ain't far, but it ain't like the Bronx where it's right around the corner.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a game.
Yeah.
I, yeah, I didn't know.
You got to use Dr. Dre, Eminem. I believe you got to use Young Buck. I don't think the game was in it.
What system was this on?
This I had this for PlayStation 2.
Yeah, I don't remember this one.
And
I do
the
not
objective
remember.
was to rescue Tony Yayo. You beat the game when you got Tony Yayo. And I always remember that song My Buddy playing. My buddy, my buddy, wherever I go,
I
he
remember the
go.
song. I remember that song.
Yeah, they had basically the whole G Unit soundtrack on it.
Yeah,
And I just
I
thought
didn't
that
know.
was a great marketing scheme because not everybody that's an artist gonna have a video game. I think that
Hmm.
I just gotta give 50 Cent a lot of credit for that because I thought that was very smart and wise as far as you grabbing the kids because
Yeah,
I
I
was
didn't know
one of
that.
the real little kids playing this game.
Yeah, I did not know he had a video game out. I didn't know.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy. I didn't know.
He said your cousins used you, bro. Eric Jordan stupid. He said I can't say that because they had games I didn't have that I would go all the way to Queens to play with him. So I can't say that. It was kind of how would you call it, Derek Gaines? It kind of was
Win-win situation.
yeah, double-edged sword or that, you know,
Yeah,
because
we did that a lot in my early years, man. When somebody had a game like Tecmo Bowl, everybody go over my cousin house and play Tecmo Bowl. It was just somebody in your neighborhood had it. You just go over there and chill. That was a different time. Different time.
D-Man said, yeah, rescue him from prison. Yeah, he had to rescue Yayo from prison. He said 50 made another game after this too. See, that's funny, Reef. I'm surprised I don't remember that. Maybe I do. I was just too young to remember. He said the game was only good for S and giggles. Bootleg GTA clone. And Eric Jordan said, Michael Ray said, y'all remember Michael Jackson Moonwalker video game? I don't remember that.
I do. I do. I remember Moonwalker. One of his signature moves where he'll do a spin and throw his hat. Yeah. I remember Moonwalker. The video game. It was crazy. I remember going to the arcade and playing it like 5 people could get on at one time, and everybody is a different version of Michael Jackson. How prophetic that video game was, because he went through some changes. Check out Moonwalker, man. You might like it.
Okay. If Mike
Uh,
Jack is saying tee hee, I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. It's it's a fighting game. Uh, I will put it like something like Double Dragon or Contra. Um, it scrolls from right to left, and it was alright. It was alright. It was alright. Had clips of Michael Jackson's music in the game. Like you do a move and smooth criminal dance on somebody. That's how it was.
Yes, sir. Let's go to the next one, bro. I know we got about two more left.
Yeah, I got. I'm saving the coup de grace for later. Um, I think my next one is guitar, not guitar, DJ Hero. I'm sorry, DJ Hero.
I ain't even gonna lie to you. My nephew looking like he want to DJ too. Not my oldest nephew. Anyway, not my youngest.
It's they um they put this game out on the heels of Guitar Hero,
I
and
was just about to say that. I
yeah,
was just about to say that. I was like, was this supposed to be like a spin-off of
yeah,
Guitar Hero?
pun intended. um, Guitar Hero was fun. It was a fun game, even if you didn't like rock and roll. It was fun. This game it's a timing game. Um, you see the buttons on there, and then you were able to spin the turntable and everything. But other than that, it had really no replay value, and unless you was a DJ at heart. Like if you were used to playing the guitar, you know how to hold your hand and everything. But for somebody who never played the guitar, hitting all them buttons on time, it was a little hard. It was fun, but a little hard. So I think they only did like maybe one or two versions of this game, and then they stopped. They stopped because it was too. I think it was too expensive to buy because you had to buy the turntable, and I don't remember the turntable coming with the game. I don't remember, but this was what PS2. Um, yeah, Guitar Hero did have a drum set. That's crazy. Um, and then again, if you into nostalgic and you want something that from back in the time, I'm sure you could find this somewhere or order it off of some website. Um, it has very little replay value for me. Um, I don't even remember the songs. I remember playing it, and I didn't like it because my timing was off. So I quit playing it. It wasn't no to me. It was no challenge. It got boring real quick. I had a better time playing Guitar Hero because I don't know. I was weird. I'm a kid from the hood, but I like rock and roll. I, I'm weird.
Nah, ain't
Um,
nothing wrong with that. I know people worse. They
yeah,
love classical
man,
music.
we could talk about that all day long, man. Uh, I do, man. I remember as a kid, I got a Kiss album, um, and I went out and brought it because I thought they were cool. Uh, but DJ Hero, I think they did two versions of it, but it just faded away. I don't think anybody really remembers DJ Hero from back then, but I know people remember Guitar Hero. This game was like, all right, they finally put out one just for blacks because it had like hip hop tracks on it and everything. Um, it didn't go over well with me. Um, I didn't like it. I didn't like it, but I'm sure some people would thought it was cool to pretend they was a DJ. I couldn't get the timing down, so I lost interest in it.
I actually remember this. Me personally. Salute to Armanize. I see you, King. And I actually like Guitar Heroes. That was the only one of them that I actually played. I never really got to play DJ Hero,
Hmm.
but
You
I,
didn't miss nothing. You didn't
yeah,
miss anything.
yeah.
You
I
didn't miss anything.
trust me. I get it. I understand where you're coming. You know what I mean? Like I just feel as though Guitar Heroes. I kind of had to psych myself out to do that.
Hmm.
So to try to become a DJ and do the
Yeah,
DJ.
it was a different time, man. It's just I didn't like the game. I could tell you for PS2, I could tell you what I put 900 hours in on the PS2, and that was Final Fantasy 7.
You hear what Tay Tay said? I think Tay Tay like arguing with me. She said, "How dare y'all disrespect Atari? You know he ain't gonna disrespect Atari. If anybody gonna
Atari,
disrespect Atari, it's gonna be me. Cause that ain't my era. He ain't gonna disrespect Atari. He remember.
no, I ain't disrespect Atari. I talked about them rushing the market that ET game out because it takes several years to develop a video game system. And if you look at in '82, we had ColecoVision and television. We had Nintendo coming out. We had Sega coming out, and they rushed ET to market because of the success of the film, and they tried to capitalize on it, and they they sucked at it. It's like GM put out the electric car in the '80s, and then or the early '90s, and now uh, we're just now getting into the electric car race again. It really doesn't make any sense, but that's another story. Yeah, don't worry about this game, brother. This game
He
is
said it's
horrible.
dumpster juice, and that's where
Yeah.
we're gonna leave. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta remember. Shoot, man. Uh, Rampage for 64. I gotta bang the gavel on y'all for this. George, Lizzie. I don't remember what the wolf name was. Did anybody tell me what the wolf's name was?
I
Please.
don't remember. Uh, they probably made him look like Donkey Kong because that's what he looks like to me.
No, like the gorilla. No, wait.
Oh, you mean the Wolf Man? Oh, I don't know. My
The
bad.
The lizard was Lizzie. That was a female, which I didn't even know that. I don't know what the wolf was. I don't remember what the wolf's name was. Some of y'all intelligent gamers that's older than me, please. I need to know the wolf's name. But anyway, the name selection was already bad. I hated this game. I don't know why I bought it.
Hmm.
I I didn't well, I didn't buy it. I was a little baby. My older brother bought it for me.
Hmm.
And my older brother gave it to me. I remember it came out around my birthday in March. And I kept telling him, I don't think I even wanted it. You know how somebody just gets you a game because you got a system?
Hmm.
That's what my older brother did. He was a real older brother. Rest in peace to him. That's my oldest brother, Jose. You know what I mean? And I remember playing it. Maybe I was too young to understand, but I did not like this game. Didn't like it at all.
I don't remember playing this
You don't
on.
remember playing the first one?
I don't remember playing it on the 64.
No, Tay
And
Tay. Tay
oh,
Tay. My fault. Real quick. Tay Tay. This is the 64 version. You're thinking about or maybe you talking about a different game. Because me and me and my brother Derek Gaines talked about a lot. Maybe you talking about when he was talking about what he was talking about. But this game, I was around. I I was around a little bit after, but I had this game. My brother bought it. I just probably was too young to comprehend this game. This came out maybe early 2000s,
mm,
90s. So
really?
yeah, this one. This,
I remember
not
playing
the
this
first,
in the arcade.
not the first. Yeah, but then you talking about the first one.
Yeah, I
This is the 64 one.
yeah, I'll tell you why I didn't play it on my 64. After I give you my last one, my next one. Um, I remember playing this game in the arcade around the time this was in the arcade. Around the time when Mortal Kombat first came out. Man, I'm dated. I don't remember playing this on a platform at home, and you know, yeah, no, in the arcade version was fun to play, but yeah, I'll take your word for it, brother. If you say it was garbage, it's garbage.
Nah, this one was garbage. I don't know about the original one. Maybe the original one was better. He said, "CD man, there you go. That's how I know you are my older brother's age." He said, "It looks like a kid's game." Yeah, that's why he got it from me. I don't even remember asking for this. You know how people just get you stuff because you got stuff and
Yeah,
then add on to it. This was something like that. This is exactly what this was.
yeah,
And I
I
wasn't
didn't
mad
play
at my
that.
brother for doing it, but it was just like, and I think it was mad old. I think it was like 4 or 5 years old on top of it. Like, cause I always got systems that was like handed down and stuff. Cause I had a lot of siblings. So
Hmm.
Michael
Yeah,
Ray said I have never seen this one. Laugh out loud. Oh, that's why. Cause that's why it's on my list. Reed said Rampage was interesting. Never played it in the arcade, only the home one. And my friends has it now. Now I appreciate Rampage.
yeah, I don't remember this. Excuse me, I don't remember this on
Oh, the
64.
wolf's name was Larry. All right, thank you, Eric Jordan. Thank
I I don't remember this on 64. 64, it had some good games. Yeah, you know, but unfortunately, they make both of our lists on worst games. I just I just didn't play the 64 after I had my experience with my last one.
you. Yeah, I
Cause that,
remember. Yeah, because I think this is my older brother, Jeffrey.
mhm.
Older brother, they might have bought it, but I got it man late. It was games I played years after that it
Yeah,
actually came out. I didn't act like I said. I never asked for it. He probably just got it for me because it was my birthday.
he didn't play it with you.
Nah, he didn't play with me. My second oldest brother did, but my older brother he wasn't really he wasn't in the games like.
Yeah, I didn't play this one. I played the original in the arcade, but yeah, I didn't play this
Yeah, it was bad. You ain't missing nothing. All
one. Oh, I
right,
believe
all right. Let's. I guess we winded down to the last. This is the last ones, right?
the last one. Yes, sir.
I already know where to go to. Tay Tay, Tay Tay. We love you, sis. We love you. Don't hate. It's all love. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. Break this down. Please break this down for Tay Tay. Simple and plain.
Let's see. Let's talk about the game first. This game is. I had to go back and look at this. Uh, this game is rated the worst game ever on any platform. It is horribly bad. Um,
Hey, y'all
it's
talk about bad
horrible,
man.
and it's simple. It's simple. Why? If it weren't for Mario, there would be no Nintendo. Because this game should have been their Atari ET version. This game it's horrible.
It's worse than
On
it. Wait, so this or before you keep going, I'm sorry to cut you.
oh,
Right,
you no problem, bro.
this or ET is worse.
This is worse. This is
Wow.
worse.
Okay.
This is worse because it's on a better system, um, and better graphics than the ET. But at the same time, this personally for me made me not want to play Nintendo anymore. At least the 64 version. Um, I started playing PlayStation and got hooked on Metal Gear. And at the time, Metal Gear only came out on PlayStation, so that's why I stuck with PlayStation. Um, on normal mode and hard mode, you have to fly through these aerial rings. Why does Superman has to fly through rings on the video game? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's the
Tay
most
Tay, where you
dumbest
at,
part
Tay
of the
Tay?
game.
Where you at? Don't hide.
It's the most dumbest part of the game. On you have to fly through the rings, and then after you get through the rings on time, you have to go off and save a car from being blown up by taking it to the end of the street. Let me tell you, the graphics are bad. Uh, the sound is bad. The gameplay is worse. Uh, I I don't understand why Nintendo put this game out. And I had to look at it. Simple, easy Google search is, this game is just horrible. It's horrible. What makes Batman so relatable is that Batman has weaknesses.
Talk
Superman is a,
to
godlike being with very few weaknesses. Batman had a contingency plan for everything,
talk
and
to him.
the game looks nothing like the cartoon. Uh, the game this game made me stop playing Nintendo. Like I said,
Wow.
on this
Tay Tay, where
platform,
you at now?
because I mean, why? Why do you have Superman flying through the rings? You ever play Grand Theft Auto and
That's
you're
my
learning how to fly the plane. You gotta fly through these rings.
mhm.
That's the beginning of this game. You can't go no further on normal or hard mode unless you fly through the rings on time. It has nothing to do with the gameplay. It's horrible. Um, and I played some bad games. I played some games. It's horrible. They did Superman and Injustice. Um, if you want to make Superman look weak, play this game. Play this game. It was horrible to me. It was horrible. It was horrible. And this is when Nintendo 64 had GoldenEye out. Uh, GoldenEye was better. Madden 64 was better. Um, this is not a slight to Nintendo. It's just that they didn't put much money into this game.
They said Titus went out of business after Superman 6. Wow.
And I believe it.
Wow.
I believe it. I believe it. It's a horrible game. It's a horrible game. It's a horrible game. It's a
Mm-mm.
waste of time, waste of everything, waste of characters. It's just bad. It's just bad. That's all I got on this one, bro.
Let me just say I looked up. I never actually played it. I always
Mhm.
heard about this being on the worst game list. And I just want to say Derek Gaines made my whole day by bringing this up. Because Tay Tay was on here and now she disappeared mysteriously. Mysteriously, Tay Tay disappeared. Superman makes people go bankrupt. That's why they never put out another game. Pay attention. Pay attention. Why do you
This
think people
game,
scared? I wouldn't have did it. You could have did it. I wouldn't have did it if I had a gaming company.
I'm sure they thought it was a shoe in until the game came out.
And
Until
yeah,
the game came
but
out,
it didn't move no units.
it was just bad, man. I can't say it enough, man.
Shoot, I might actually get the game to see how bad it was. Let's see if I
The
can make it through.
the most colorful thing in this game was Superman's outfit. That's it. The Superman outfit, and you don't see him. like from the front. You always see him from the back, far away.
So I'm
And
lying. There ain't no storyline. There ain't no bad guys.
um, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. On normal mode, I didn't get past the rings. I thought it was stupid. When you first turn it on, they tell you Lex Luthor's kidnap Lois Lane, and then Superman says, "There's no time to waste," and then he starts flying through these rings, and you got to go through all the rings, and you can only miss a couple of them, or it'll make you start over, and it'll hardly advance the game. I had to look this up to remember what I didn't like about it. It was just bad.
Wow.
I just knew I didn't like it.
You heard the man. You heard the man. I tried. I tried. To all my Superman people out there, did you see how D Man cut out? He another Superman person. See how he
Yeah,
cut out.
they didn't do Superman justice when they made this game. They didn't do him justice.
He said, I'm trying to get to the comments real quick. And Griffey Baseball 64, Michael Ray, uh, Reef the Watcher was saying, yup. He said those eternal rings. Reef the Watcher said, D Man said, I hope y'all cough and poop down your legs. I guess because we started talking about Superman. Don't feel that way, brother. It's the truth. He said, Reef the Watcher said that was going to release it. They were going to release it on PS1 after this. They didn't. Talking about Superman. D-Man said Metal Gear was hard. I ain't have no 64. Uh, Eric Jordan said Superman 64 was one of the worst video games of the 64. Flying through the rings, lack uh, uh, flying through the rings, the lack of enemies, terrible controls. This game was the biggest stinker. Reef the Watcher said Castlevania 64 was trash. Two, Superman 64 opened the floodgates of crappy 64 games. Wow. He said, "Oh, it gets worse. They released this on Game Boy too." And then I read,
Wow, I didn't know that.
he said, "I worked for Toys R Us." Reef the Watcher said they wouldn't even carry it. That's how bad this game was. Wow. Act, trust me. Eric Jordan said you won't be able to make it through. I'm still here. He said, "Hey, can't help the makers. Was sorry at making games." Reef Castlevania was disgusting. No, Superman 64 was disgusting. And at that time, when I was a kid, that cartoon series was all right.
Yeah,
It did all right.
the
So
cartoon's pretty good.
yeah, so that was y'all not knowing what y'all was doing, or it could have been Superman's lack of interest, because a lot of people, like you said, Superman ain't as relatable as Batman is.
No, no, he's
Not.
not.
He's not as
Um,
interesting of a character to me. And y'all know when it comes to this comic book stuff, I'm very intellectual. even more than my old heads. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep it real. He don't interest me as much. I like don't get me wrong, when he's in the story with Batman, I rock.
Mhm.
But if he ain't in the story with like Batman or somebody else in the Justice League, I don't know. I can't really. I don't know. Superman cool though. He cool. He's strong. You know, he got his solar powers from the yellow sun. You know that solar power.
Mhm.
I don't. Nah, don't bang the gavel on me, D man. I'm just keeping it real. He's not more interested in Batman. There's no way you could tell me that Superman is more interesting than Batman. Nobody could give me a solid argument of why and how. He's just not.
Batman's just cooler.
A farm boy that got adopted is more interesting than a rich kid that his family got killed in front of him and now he gotta reset his whole life. I think the rich kid parents getting killed is more interesting because you wouldn't expect nothing like
Yeah, it caused.
I know plenty of Queen 71 said blasphemy. Nah, no, Queen. Queen, you know I love you. You know I got a soft spot for you. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me and cuss you out on why Batman is better. Don't do that.
Batman's just better. You know,
You know I love you to death. You know I got a soft spot for
Batman's just better. He's just his movies are better. Shoot,
you. I just
Michael Keaton.
no, it shows you that he's better because he got games. Look how many
Yeah,
Batman games we done had. Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight, Arkham Origin,
yeah. I
Gotham
played Arkham Asylum. I think.
Gotham
Uh,
Knights. Look, we it, like we done been hitting you with the remix for years now. Where are the Superman games at? Where's the Kara L games? Where is the Kal-El games? Where where is that?
like I said, they had to kill Superman to make him relevant again. I mean, he's Superman, godlike being, super strength, super everything. Batman just
Yeah, but you
normal.
get that kryptonite in them, then what?
Yeah, yeah, and depending on what color kryptonite too.
Yes, that's actually a good point. Very good point.
You know, Batman was just cool. He was just cool.
He said
His
he
cartoons
created
were
me.
cool.
Don't say that, Queen. Queen, don't do that. Like I said, I never threaten you. I love you to death. So that ain't gonna happen. Don't do that.
Well, I mean, there will always be Superman will always have his people. Batman will still be Batman. He's still cool. He's still cool.
To be honest with you, I like Superman stories when they team up together. When
Because
they team up,
Batman makes Superman look good.
yeah, it's like you know what it reminds me of, Derek Gaines? It
What's up?
reminds me of an artist that you don't really like that, but they get on the track with an artist
Hmm.
that you may listen to,
Yeah,
and that track ends up fire.
yeah.
That's what it's like with Superman when he teams up with Batman.
So Batman carries Superman.
Yes, that's what
Yeah,
I'm Batman.
Batman carries Superman. 'Cause
You ain't like the original track, but Batman come through and hit you with the remix, and it go triple, quadruple plat, basic. And Batman is respect to Superman because Superman is actually the first superhero, but the most popular, even if we're talking about the Marvel Universe. And this ain't the theory, this is a fact. Batman is the most popular comic book character to this day. Spider Man is second. It's not a theory. You don't even got to look it up. It's not a theory, it's a fact. So it don't matter if you like Superman more. Batman is the most popular comic book character till this day. Spider Man is second.
Sorry, Tay Tay, but it's the truth.
Oh,
Sorry, not sorry.
she jumped in here. Where she at?
She probably ninja watching.
Oh, okay. Nah, she. She said he ain't that bad. Act, you going too far. We look. This game was that bad.
Yeah, the game. The game was
How
bad.
about that? This game was that bad.
The game was
And they
bad.
went too far making it. Because they ain't make no they went bankrupt making it.
Yeah, that tells me they put a lot of money behind this, hoping they will get some back.
Yeah, because like I told you, the show, I remember watching the show as a kid. The cartoon,
Hmm.
it only had 3 seasons or maybe two. It wasn't like Batman the animated series that had like 5, 6 seasons.
Yeah, let's see. There's Batman, and then there's the Batman, and then it's Batman Beyond.
They about to
And
have another Batman series in August. We gonna cover that.
all right, cool.
Me and you will cover that. You got Prime? You got Prime videos? It's on Prime?
Yeah, I
I,
got Prime.
I believe it's coming on Prime. So look out for
All right,
it.
is
It'll
it
be
anime or live action?
nah, it's animated. Yeah, it's animated.
I'll check it out.
Um, let me go to my last game. Sorry we had to flame Superman up. My last game is Pokemon Snap. Now I'm back at my age. Um, to be honest with you, I remember as a kid, I think I got this game late too. This game was for the 64. It might have been my older brother's game. I don't remember. 'Cause I was a baby. I don't. But I remember wanting this game so bad, and I think my brother beat it already. Then he restarted it, and I didn't know what was going on. It took me a while to get adjusted to the game. You if you was from that Pokemon era, if you around my age, you wanted to battle and use your Pokemon. This game it didn't allow you to do that. You had to basically take pictures in certain ways and angles of the Pokemon. And I wasn't all the way mad at that. But when I think about what came out later, like even on like the Nintendo DS and the Switch and stuff like that. That's sad that handheld games is better than games that are for console. I feel like that should never happen. And this was one of those games that did that.
I don't remember playing this game. I remember uh Pokemon. You'd be able to play Pokemon like Pokemon Stadium or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, I don't remember them having a game that you take pictures of the Pokemon instead of fighting them. Uh,
Yes,
I
yes.
don't,
That's how I know it would have been on your list if you played it.
that's the that's stupid. That's a stupid game approach. Like you said, you wanted to battle your Pokemon. Unfortunately, at this time, uh, Nintendo didn't have online gaming, or it might have been a good game. You know, I, I can't think of why they would.
Eric Jordan said he liked this game. He said he liked the game because he understood the game.
It's weird. Oh man, you know the cartoon covered a lot. It covered a lot. Pokemon cartoon. You know, they had beauty shows but most of all they were battles. Uh, and that's what Pokemon is built on, battling one Pokemon on the next. I don't know. They must have wanted to reach a younger generation who didn't care about battling as you know, somebody in like their mid teens or something. I don't know why would they put this game out. It makes no sense. But other than that, it probably made money because it's Pokemon. I gotta have the Pokemon Snap. I got to. Yeah. Bad move on Nintendo again.
Yeah, that was the bad move. Uh, he said Pokemon. Reef the Watcher said Pokemon was massive during the 90s. I remember working at Toys R Us, they carried this. I know they did. He said, Eric Jordan said Pokemon Snap was that game that was a challenge to take pictures. They just made a new one on the Switch. Wow, they made a new one on the Switch. I thought they would
Yeah.
leave this alone.
Well, not Pokemon. Nintendo likes to do family friendly games. Uh, you know, no, I'm good. No, this game will be boring to me now. My This game will be boring to my 13-year-old daughter.
That's
She's not in. She's not into Pokemon. It's crazy. I remember when Pokemon first came out, and she no, this will bore her.
yeah, my like people in my generation. Yeah, when
Yeah,
Pokemon came out,
yeah,
we
this would no. If they made another game, they must have made them some money. It must somewhere because it's Pokemon. The name alone will get people to buy it just because it's Pokemon. It could have been Nintendo Snap and then take pictures of every Nintendo character, but because it says Pokemon, it's gonna sell.
yeah, and around that time, Pokemon was crazy.
Yeah,
I got into a fight in the church because of Pokemon, because of trading cards, a holographic Charizard. What if you
yeah,
had
them
a
cars,
holographic Charizard? You was the man.
man, them cars were worth money back then. I don't know what they're worth now. I know people still play the card game, but them cards back in the day, you get the right Charizard or a rare card, and it's laminated or foil,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, the holographic Charizard
Oh
card.
yeah, I
My
mean them
mom
cards
was
were
this
worth money
one
back
year,
then.
my preacher came down there, and and come to find out the dude was my god brother. I just ain't
Mm.
come up with him like that because he was from the Bronx. You know what I mean? And my mom had to explain, like, nah, y'all like family. That was like one of my mom's best friends. And I didn't know that
Okay.
was my god brother. You know what I mean? So it was crazy. And now me and him is tight. But when we was kids, we didn't really mess with each other like that. We fought over that Charizard card.
Everybody wanted Charizard. Everybody wanted a Charizard card. I actually remember playing the card game and the video games, the Pokemon Stadium. Um, I
I
played
remember
that.
that game. I didn't play it, but I remember it.
It was just it was really not a game like per se like the Pokemon on the Hell and Hell game where you go from different places to different places in the Hell Hell game. The Pokemon Stadium was just you picking a Pokemon and fight. There was no like a character development. It was just you pick a Pokemon and you fight against another one.
Eric Jordan said I was in the fourth grade when Pokemon came out. Queen 71 said that ninja fighting at church. Lord, Queen, stop, Queen, stop it. He said, yes, Queen. It's funny for me to admit it. He said, she said, I would have whooped both of them. Yeah, yeah. See, Queen, but I was one of my mom's favorite kids. I don't like to admit that. And I hope none of my brothers and sisters is watching. But they would say, act, go get away with it. Ma, ma, love act. So I gotta keep it real. If any of the kids was gonna get slide with something like that, fighting in front of the pastor, it would have been me. How you like that, Queen? So I wouldn't have got with it. Go ahead, Derek Games. You got any
um,
on that?
there's really not too much more I can say about this game. I didn't know they had it. Uh, I didn't know they had it, and it would have been boring to me, especially around the time this came out. If PlayStation was out, and they quit. Nintendo moved from the cartridges to the CD-ROM just because of PlayStation. Um, I just played Metal Gear. Metal Gear is one of the best games you could play, and it was cool. It was cool. This game, it would have been boring to me. Why am I taking a picture of Charizard at different angles? What's the object of the game? Like who? Like I'm I'm gonna bring my memory card and we gonna compare pictures.
You stupid.
No, no,
I'm gonna tell you,
no.
I came up in the memory card era, so I ain't had that problem. I felt
Yeah,
bad for dudes your age and my brother's age
yeah. Well, I'm
when they
from the
had
age
the
where
game on, and my mom. See, my mom would have whooped you for that.
yeah,
She
you couldn't turn the
had an
game off
electric
because you couldn't
bill.
save it.
Yes, my
You
mom would have whooped you for that. That she would have whooped you for.
you
My
couldn't
mom,
save
she
it.
wasn't really like that. My mom, it was more the males. Like the women in my family acted like women. It was really nice. I think
Mm,
that kind of plays into the type of females that I like. You know what I mean? Real soft spoken and stuff like that. That's not really
mm-hmm.
aggressive. My mom was like that type of woman. Like she wasn't really aggressive. She could just get her point across by looking disappointed. All the
Yeah,
males in my family overly aggressive.
yeah. That's
Overly.
my grandmother, man. She was quiet, and but she had a way of getting on your nerves real quick.
I hear that. I could believe it. My nana was like that too. I kind of wanted to tell you that story about my nana. Maybe I might tell you backstage.
All right.
In comparisons to the whole Ryan situation I was telling you about earlier. But Eric Jordan said Pokemon had a lot going on with the game cards, TV series, movies, video games, toys, other merchandise. Pokemon was winning big time. Yeah, they was.
Yeah,
They
they
was.
was. Yeah, they was. They had the card game, which morphed into the TV show, or did the TV show come out first, then the card game? The movies, the merchandise. You know, I would dare say Pokemon is bigger than Mario.
Damn. It might have been. You could have said that around then. You could have
Yeah,
definitely said that around then. But
because they didn't have I'm trying to think. Did they have a? I know they had a Super Mario Brothers came out back then. It was garbage. Um, I don't remember a. Well, I remember the video game, and they had a bad movie, but I don't remember a TV cartoon. And again, I don't remember it. And this is the
what
time where
Pokemon?
no, Mario.
Oh, Mario.
Yeah,
I think
Mario.
they did. They had a TV cartoon. They did.
Yeah, I don't remember it. I'm sure they did, but
I don't know about the what I didn't know that they had was the live action.
oh yeah, that was back in the time where the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out. The first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
Yeah, look at D Man. That was D Man time. He said they had on Mario. They had one.
Okay.
He said it ain't last. It didn't last.
Yeah, I believe that because I don't. I mean, I could tell you about Bugs Bunny, Tom and Jerry, the Smurfs, Herculoid, Space Ghost, but I don't remember a Super Mario Brothers cartoon. I just don't remember it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, man, that was my last one. Uh,
All right.
and we did our top five. Salute to my bro Derek Gaines coming through in the building. We're gonna wrap this one up. Salute to everybody that was in the chat. I appreciate y'all. Point 71, I'm gonna beat your tail for coming through late. Don't be coming through late. Tay Tay, you disappeared on us when we started talking about Superman 64. What happened? What happened?
See, Ninja watching.
What happened? We wanted to hear your opinions on Superman 64, the last game that Superman actually had. And that's crazy. That's crazy. But you want to give people your last words?
Man, I appreciate it. Always having me on. You made me think on this one, because I done played a lot of games on many different systems, and I had to come up with five. I could have had 20 that I didn't like. Um, and anytime you need me to come on, man, I appreciate it, man. I'll be here.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, 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 definitely. I'm gonna bring you on, brother. And I would have did it my normal time at night,
Hmm.
but I did this time frame for stay ready for my bro Mac, but he couldn't make it here with us. But yeah, man. I scream at I scream at y'all later. I don't know. You know, I'll let you know the time frame next week. But
Night is cool for me. I don't mind watching House of Dragons later. House of the Dragons
yeah.
later. Uh, when the thing about the day, man, because this house gets loud, and I didn't want it to interrupt your live. So night is usually cool with me.
Okay. That's for you, Derek Game. See what she said.
Superman all day. Stop the hate. Listen, um, Superman don't like you. He don't like you. It's okay. It's okay. He don't like you. He only have eyes for Lois. That's it. That's it. Batman will call you back when he ready. Superman will fly through your window talking about what's to eat. It's okay. The game was horrible, and the way Superman is being done, he's being weakened to make him relatable. Oh, they should have had a Superman versus Black Lightning. Oh, that would have been awesome.
Yes.
With Henry Cavill and The
She
Rock.
said Batman is a hoe. How Batman a hoe? And then I literally watched them old Supermans.
Well,
And he
if you
was
know going in,
a F a single mom.
if you know going in, you are option the Batman. Why did you make yourself an option? I don't I don't
Facts.
I don't understand that. If you know going in that Batman is gonna be Batman, why are you setting yourself up? That makes um, yeah,
He was
super
supposed to be with Lois. Why
yeah,
he was looking at Lana in the third
right,
movie.
right. Because that's
And he
Batman.
and then Tay Tay was wrong because she didn't tell me he was a drunkie. He was a
And
drunkie.
in what is this in Justice, the Joker kills Lois Lane and makes Superman go crazy. Batman, he loses parents. He was like, all right, I'm gonna handle this. Superman went crazy, tried to kill everybody over Lois.
Oh, you talking
Super
about it?
Simp.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, that was because of the Joker. The
Yeah,
Joker,
the Joker killed her.
yeah, the Joker killed her. He punched. Yeah, so he became a bad guy. And you
Yeah,
remember
and
what
who
Superman
outsmarted
said?
him in the who
No,
beat
it ain't
Batman?
lies. It ain't lies, Tay Tay.
Who beat Superman again? Batman.
Batman.
What'd
Don't
he do?
kill Clark.
He went to
You
another
heard?
dimension, another alternate reality, and got that Lois Lane. Batman.
Don't kill Clark.
Yeah, no, no. Batman never killed.
That
He
was
just beat him up.
Batman's whole thing. He didn't want to kill because he knew he wouldn't be. He don't want to be a hypocrite, basically.
Right.
That's why I
Batman.
rock with Batman.
Yeah.
Because I feel like as an adult, 21 or better, you shouldn't be trying to be a hypocrite. I don't
Yeah.
care. I'm not going to forgive you if you're 21 or better.
Yeah. Batman. I mean, Sup- Superman had one point when he told Batman he should have stopped the Joker a long time ago.
Yes. Yes. You talk about the injustice story.
Yeah.
You talk about the
Yeah.
con.
That storyline was crazy.
Yes. Yes, it was. Yes, sir. And Tay
He
Tay don't
went off.
accept. But I'll tell you this. We gonna do this debate next weekend. Tay
Hmm.
Tay, let me know what you doing next weekend. It's gonna be me, you, Derek Gaines, and I think I'm gonna send the link to Queen 71 because I love Queen. It's gonna be hard for me to argue with Queen because I love Queen so much. But I'm gonna have to do it. Don't tell me about no white farm boy. Don't tell. He is not a good person. He
And
killed.
did you see the latest Batman on HBO Max? At Batman Gotham something is dark. It's for Batman.
He's
It's
not dead.
dark. It's dark. It for
She says
Batman.
she off this weekend. Okay, Batman versus Superman. We finally gonna give it to you. Tay Tay, just don't cuss. Just don't cuss, and we'll be all right. All right, fine. I'm gonna do
Bat,
all my homework.
Batman never claimed to be a saint. He
He never
just
did. Yeah, he never did. That's a
he
fact.
he know he got issues. See, Superman pretends he don't have issues.
There you go. Thank
Batman is Batman. Superman pretends to be ordinary, and Batman is just the dude that has a contingency plan for everything.
you. He showed up. You ain't lying about that. You
I
got
mean,
that channel I sent you?
everything.
The contingency plans for everything, Batman. Even Marvel.
No, send it
Okay,
again for me,
I'll send it to you.
because I know he even did some contingency plans for Marvel characters too.
Yes, he does.
All right, let me get up.
All
I
right, man.
really
Yeah,
appreciate you
yeah,
having me
man.
on.
Appreciate you.
I
I'm
appreciate
mhm.
people in the chat, Eric Jordan, Tay Tay, D Man, cool man, 313. I appreciate y'all. You know, Superman's a troll, and
He said
that's
Superman.
that's that's just it. It's Superman's a troll.
Yes, sir. Salute to you, Derek Gaines. I'll see you next week, bro.
Okay, brother. Thank you so much.
And salute to everybody that came through. Salute to everybody. I love y'all. You know what I mean? We'll be back next week. It's your boy Act Reach. I never see you wrong, and I'm out. Peace.